Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is June 11th, 2022. Today is the anniversary of the death of the rapper Stack Bundles. So rest in peace to Stack Bundles. We're going to review his death in this video as well. We're going to talk about exactly what happened back in 2007 to this rapper. And we also want to talk about two rappers that passed away in the past few days. The rapper FBG Cash from Chicago. He was supposed to be gunned down while sitting in his vehicle. And another rapper who was also from Chicago, but he was visiting New York City when he was murdered. And his name is MoneyGang Vontae. They're saying that he was a victim of a robbery gone wrong, and the suspects attempted to steal his chain and his watch, and he refused, so they decided to shoot him. And this is the rapper here. He was 27. He lived in California, but he was born in Chicago, and he was visiting New York City, supposedly because he had a show that he was attending to. And I guess the suspects saw him, wanted to take his property. He refused, so they chased him into a pharmacy and then shot him dead. Now, the thing about his death and the death of, for example, FBG Cash, I think one of them is a ritual and the other one is not. It's possible both of these are ritual murders. But we'll talk about that, because the difference between, like, I rarely see this when I cover the death of rappers. We rarely see surveillance of the shooting. And the Daily News put out this video of the suspects, and they captured the entire moment right before the shooting. They captured this man's death on video, which is very rare. It's very rare that they capture these moments. It's just, but we will talk about it. Sometimes I feel like maybe a lot of these rappers are being killed by what they're reporting. But the thing about this case is that I looked up this man's birthday, and he was born on November 22nd, and he was killed on Thursday. But the news broke yesterday on the 10th. All right, so the news broke on the 10th, which was his 201st day of his age. So I don't know. I mean, we'll talk about that, but let's just start with FBG Cash, and then we'll talk about how his death is connected to FBG Duck, another member of his crew who also passed away in 2020, who I actually wrote about in my book. And I'm going to talk about how their deaths are connected to King Von, who was another victim of gun violence, who died 83 weeks before this rapper did. So this is the headline. We're going to start with this rapper first. So Chicago rapper FBG Cash killed in Southside shooting, police say. The 31-year-old musician, whose real name is Tristan Hamilton, was in a car when another vehicle pulled up and a gunman got out and opened fire, according to investigators. Recently, I put out a video about it's just so many rappers. Let me just look up this guy's name. The rapper Treble. And they said that he was killed in a vehicle. And in that video, I asked the question, how come so many rappers are killed in cars? I opened up the video sending my condolences to Stack Bundles, right? Stack Bundles was murdered leaving his vehicle after he attended a nightclub. Think about Chink's Drugs, also killed in a vehicle. Biggie Smalls killed in a vehicle. Tupac Shakur killed in a vehicle. The Atlanta rapper Little Marlo, he was killed in a vehicle. A few years ago, the rapper from Brooklyn, KJ Baller, he was killed while sitting in his vehicle. They have a fascination with killing rappers inside of cars. I don't understand why they do it. What is the fascination with cars and rappers and cars? Period. I mean, a lot of celebrities die in vehicles for some reason. You know, Lisa Left Eye Lopez died in an accident. You know, think about Tiger Woods, who just had an accident recently. Right, Kevin Hart also been in an accident. It's just they have this fascination with cars, but I'm not sure what it is. But you know, when it comes to rappers, they like to shoot rappers in their vehicles, and Trouble was one of them. FBG Cash is another one. Chicago rapper FBG Cash was gunned down and a woman was wounded while they sat in a car on the south side early Friday morning, authorities said. A man and a woman were inside their vehicle in the 1600 block of West 81st Street at 5:32 in the morning when a black four-door sedan, possibly a Cadillac, approached and an unknown offender got out and opened fire, according to a Chicago police statement. Police said a 31-year-old man was struck by multiple gunshots before he was taken to Christ Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The second victim, a 29-year-old woman, was hit in the left arm and upper back and was taken to the hospital in serious condition, police said. So he was taken to Christ Hospital. If you saw the video that I did about the rapper Trouble, I spoke about the number 38 because I think the rapper, what was it about this rapper in 38? Pretty sure I spoke about 38 with this rapper. Nonetheless, even if I didn't, you know, the number 38. I know what it was. It wasn't with this rapper. It was actually with the video vixen. That's when I'll discuss. So this video vixen, she was in Nelly's Hot in Here video, and she died at the age of 38. And then a few days after that, he went to the Celtics game and performed at halftime. And then he decided to choose Hot in Here. Out of all his songs, he performed Hot in Here at the Celtics halftime show. And we spoke about how, you know, all that stuff was a ritual. It was connected to this young woman. The Celtics that day, they stayed on 38 losses for the season. And they left the Warriors on 66 wins. When the name of the song Hot in Here is 66. Like how they reported this young girl's death on June 6, on 6/6. But, you know, we spoke about how she died at the age of 38, and that is the big number in ritual killings because words like death, killing, R.I.P., and murder, they all equal 38. This is the number that gets used the most with celebrities. And so it wasn't Trouble, but Trouble, he did die at the age of 34, and rapper is 38 and 34, like murder. But yeah, that's what I was talking about, the number 38. But this rapper here, he was born Tristan Hamilton. Let's see if I can show you. I don't think. Here it is. It says here that the 31-year-old musician, whose real name is Tristan Hamilton, right? His first name stands out because it has a 38 value. And notice how rapper's 38. His surname is also 38, right? His name is Tristan Hamilton. Both his first name and last name have the 38 values. And notice killing is also 38 in that same cipher. And you know what else is 38? King Von. And this rapper, he had the nerve to post this image on his Instagram page, mocking the death of King Von. Because supposedly he's from 63rd Street in Chicago, and King Von was from 64th Street. We spoke about how King Von's death was a big 64 ritual. But these two rappers have a lot of beef. And the day that actually weeks after King Von was murdered, he posted this picture on his Instagram page saying that we just took out one of your biggest soldiers from your crew, King Von, right? And then he had the middle finger up, like, you know, fuck you, King Von type of vibe. And what's funny about that is, you know, we just saw how King Von is 38. But from the death of King Von, which happened on the 311th day of the year, right, the 64th prime, November 6th, From November 6, 2020, the day that King Von was murdered, to June 10th, the day that this rapper was murdered, it's 83 weeks. And we talk about 83 and 38 a lot. They like to bring those numbers together because the word murder is 83 and 38, right? Murder's 83, the word murder is also 38. In the video that I did about the video vixen, I know a lot of you hate this, but we have to do it. You know, the murder by number cover. This is the best example to show people how they put this stuff in plain sight. These numbers are not an accident. They're using these numbers ritualistically, and they put it in the movies because they know people don't understand what the meaning of these numbers. But these numbers show up in a lot of headlines that involve ritual killings, like the death of the video vixen, like the death of this rapper. He dies 83 weeks after his arch rival King Von's death. But if you notice the cover of this film, Murder by Numbers, which is what they're doing. They're murdering people by the numbers. They only changed 2 letters into numbers. That's the E in murder, the B in numbers, to a 3 and an 8, like 38. And the main character in this film is the actress Sandra Bullock. Her name equals 83. Right? Murder is 83 and 38. The film comes out on April 19th. And she was born on July 26th, which means the film came out 38 weeks after her birthday. And her name is 83. Like murder. And this rapper, you know, his first and last name have the 38 value. And then he dies 83 weeks after the death of King Von, his arch nemesis. And then he had the nerve to post him on his Instagram page saying, you know, actually, let's go to the post here so you guys can see it for yourself. Look. This is what he wrote, the caption. The whole world witnessed your main sniper get his shit splat. 1:30 p.m. Central Time. Think about it. What does 1:30 represent? It represents human sacrifice. I mean, why would he put the time that it happened? It's just all ritual. Human sacrifice is 130. And according to this rapper, King Von was murdered at 1:30 p.m. And look, people said, I guess it's safe to say this pic and caption didn't age well. Well, it did. It aged for 83 weeks. But I actually left a comment. Let's see if it shows up. I left a comment here. I let people know this. And this happened 83 weeks after King Von. Learn Gematria. Oh, here it is. 7 people like this. Shout out to the 7 people who liked my comment. Go like this comment. You know, hopefully this comment gets a lot of likes. This rapper just recently died, and it looks like he has a big fan base. I wrote here, you was killed 83 weeks after King Von was. And murder's 83. Getting a call from Chicago. Let's see if it's somebody from 63rd Street. Hello?
Hey, Arthur, you're live, right?
Yes.
I don't know if you touched this yet, but on the scene they found 38 shell casings with FBG cash.
Really?
Yes.
Let me look that up. 38 shell cases. Okay.
Yeah, I was just on the line with someone else, and he kicked me off because I was talking about numbers, and he brought up the Bible. I'm like, dude, come
They
on.
kicked
Now,
you out of my live stream?
No, not your live stream.
Oh.
This other live stream, because he's like, the Bible says don't look into numerology. Like, bro, the 4th book in the Bible is numbers. Like,
don't listen. Don't waste your time with those people, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that.
Well, I appreciate that. This is definitely a great detail. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
38 shell cases. Oh my goodness. I just saw that. Here it is. Hamilton was part of a group of rappers known as Fly Boy Gang, which is FBG, I guess. Nearly 2 years ago, another member of the group, FBG Duck, was killed in broad daylight on Obama's birthday, on his 59th birthday. We're going to talk about that. On the Gold Coast, about 4 mass shooters who left. Okay, so it wasn't FBG Cash who they found 38 shell cases. I guess it was FBG Duck. But again, you know, they coded the number 38 in there for a reason. I guess with this rapper, they found, I think I saw 23. Yeah, it says here they found 23, 14 from a rifle. Maybe they did find 38 shell cases with FBG cash as well. Let's see. Yeah, but his first name is 38. His last name is 38. Yeah, so it's not FBG Duck, FBG Cash. It was actually FBG Duck, Cotton Weekly, where they found the 38 bullet shell cases. So, yeah, so that's still a great detail. We'll definitely talk about FBG Duck in a second. But let's just finish off with Cash's decode, right? So yeah, so I left a comment. Please go visit his I left a link in my blog if you can't find this post. Go like this comment. People need to understand the meaning of these numbers. It's not an accident that this man ended up dying 83 weeks after King Von, okay? 83. When the song Murder by Numbers came out in 1983, go look up the song Murder on My Mind by the rapper YMW Melly. He put it up on YouTube on August 3rd on 8-3. Murder on My Mind by YMW Melly. He put the song up on August 3rd on 8-3. Murder on My Mind? Murder? Look at the date that this was posted. August 3rd. A date that's written 3-8 or 8-3. Come on. And then he, YMW, he's another case. He kills his friends 84 days after the release of this song, where in the young nigga world, where YMW stands for equals 84, like Jesuit order. Speaking of 84, FBG Duck was killed 2 years ago on August 4th on Obama's birthday. This is the rapper that they found the 38 shell cases. Which I didn't know, so still a great detail. Thank you to the caller that let me know about that. FBG, think about it. Both of these rappers victim of drive-by shootings, just like Biggie and Pac. They do this stuff all the time. Drive-by shootings. Drive-by shootings also 213. The rapper Trouble was also a victim of drive-by shooting. He died 213 days after his birthday. Like how Tupac died 213 days after the release of All Eyes on Me, which came out on February 13th. But notice how drive-by shooting is 84. This rapper was killed on August 4th, which is Obama's birthday. Obama actually turned 59 years old the day that FBG Duck was murdered. And, of course, Negro, Slave, Rasta Blues, all 59. Obama's Secret Service name is Renegade, and Renegade is 59. Of course, Obama was the 44th president in shooting, execution, kills all 44. Notice this rapper, he was born Cotton Weekly. Notice his name is 56 and 187, like Society of Jesus. The people that are really behind all this. And this is the difference between an actual ritual and a ritual like MoneyGang Vontae, which I wasn't able to connect too many things to his name. So that's what has me thinking, like maybe MoneyGang Vontae was an actual robbery turned murder. But then I noticed he also died. The news of his death was reported on his 201st day of his age, which is suspicious. But speaking of 201, if you notice the news coverage that covered FBG's Duck's murder, they showed this building with the big 201 on the walls, right? 201. Of course, T. Jesuit orders 201 and 84. This rapper was killed on August 4th. On Obama's birthday. But King Von, I have multiple videos out on King Von. King Von is very much connected to both FBG Duck and FBG Cash. Again, their deaths come 83 weeks apart. FBG Duck actually died before King Von. Actually, 94 days before King Von, when ritual human sacrifice is 94. From FBG Duck's death to King Von's is 94 days. Ritual human sacrifice is 94 in the most pure cipher. right? So their deaths 94 days apart. A lot of things stand out about King Von. King Von's death was connected to LeBron James that year as well. LeBron James won the championship in 2020, the same year that Kobe Bryant died on Father-Daughter Day, after Kobe and his daughter passed away in a helicopter crash. But notice King Von is another 38 name, just like Tristan, just like Hamilton, just like how they found 38 shell cases at FBG's Ducks shooting site. Notice King Von has the 34 value, like rapper and murder. This is what I was talking about with Trouble. Trouble equals, he died at the age of 34. Because rapper's 34, like murder. But think about it, right? So King Von is from 64th Street, and the FBG group, I guess, are from 63rd, and they have some type of conflict down there in Chicago, right? A beef. Where have we seen this at before? Rap beef turned deadly. Tupac, Biggie, both dead on 38 date numerologies. It's so obvious what the Jesuit order is doing. They just repeating history, and they're using the same numbers again and again. You know, people, look, how long Biggie passed away? What was that? 97? What was that? 25 years ago? 25 years ago, people still haven't caught on. But the reason King Von reps 64th Street so much is because it's ritualistic. The guy died on November 6th. November 6th is the 311th day of the year. Now, the number 311, that is a prime number. That is the 64th prime number. The guy's from 64th Street and dies on the 311th day of the year. Think about that. And he was born Dave Von Bennett. Notice in Gematria, his name equals 64. Like how the word kill equals 64. Kill is also 44, like shooting and execution. And even Georgia. And if I'm not mistaken, I think King Von was killed in Georgia. That's why I have that up there. Yeah, I think he was. He was killed in Atlanta. Yeah. You know, he's from Chicago, but they shot him in Atlanta. King Von dead after being shot in Atlanta nightclub shooting. Another rapper dead in the nightclub like Stack Bundles and Ching's Drugs. They were supposed to be left a nightclub and got shot. And if you look up how many rappers have been shot after leaving a nightclub, that's another ritual. I don't understand what's going on with that. They love shooting rappers right after they leave a nightclub. I think the rapper Fabulous was killed. Not killed. He's still alive, but he was shot after leaving a nightclub. The rapper from 50 Cent's camp, Lloyd Banks, was also shot after leaving a nightclub. They do this a lot with rappers. But notice this album. King Von put out his album called LeVon James. And notice how much time was left on the clock. 64, I guess, hours. And I think with these numbers up here, they was pretty much telling us that he was going to die on the 311th day of the year. Because notice how the home team had 24 points and the away team had 6 points. Catholic Church equals 246. And from the release of this album, which came out on March 6th, to the death of King Von on November 6th, is exactly 246 days, including the end date. We can actually do it here so you guys can see. It's also 35 weeks, and King James is 35, right? The name of the album is LeVon James, a tribute to the King James. But he put out that album 3/6/20, ended up dying on 11/6 of that year. Notice it's a span of 246 days. Catholic Church is 246. And again, that was the score that was displayed on the cover of the album, 24-6. And then he had the 64 in there because he was going to die on the 311th day of the year, which was 246 days after, right? And notice the bullet wounds around the time. I forgot what to call that, but you know the big screens that are in the arenas, right? And then he had the 64 jersey. The guy name, again, equals 64, 311 to 64 prime. The word kill is 64, right? But yeah, so go watch the Keem Vaughn video. I don't want to go through the entire decode with Keem Vaughn. I want to keep the focus on FBG Cash, but just want to show you guys how Keem Vaughn was not murdered over no beef that they whatever they claimed happened to Keem Vaughn, that is a lie. He was a ritual murder by the Jesuit order. That's why these numbers show up in all of these cases. That's why when they put out these albums, you see all these details that somehow seem to connect to their death. The score is 24-6. How come? And then you learn Gematria, you notice that, okay, Catholic Church is 246. Oh, he died 246 days after the release of that album. Oh, okay. Now that makes sense. You see? Look, write out Catholic Church. 246. It's also 69, like how FBG Cash passed away on, or was it? I think it was Vontae that died on 6/9. But Catholic Church is 69, like the Jesuit order. One of the rappers that we're gonna discuss today, he was shot and killed on June 9th. But yeah, the 246. That's why they coded that number in the shot clock. Well, in the time, whatever I forgot what you call that, but the big screen in the middle of the arena. But and notice LeVon James, the name of the album equals 116. And what day did he die? November 6th. How do you write that date? 11/6. Again, 246 days is also 35 weeks, and King James is for 35. And the name of the album is also has the 154 value like King James. Think about how King James got a $154 million contract from the Lakers to join the Lakers around that time, right? Then he ended up winning the championship as well. Same year that Kobe died, right? And King Vaughn, he also died 89 days after his birthday. And notice King James is also 89. And then LeBron James puts out the tweet saying, "Damn, rest easy, Vaughn. Bronny and Bryce and I rocked with his music and storytelling. The kid had a damn good future ahead of him." Yeah, really? He had a damn good future ahead of him. I bet he did. "My prayers and blessings to his family." So LeBron James paying his condolences to Keem Vaughn. But yeah, so it's no accident. Look at this. Did I show this already? I think I did. Let me just go back. Yeah, I did show it. So look, again, going back to November 6th, FBG Cash dies on June 10th of this year, yesterday, 83 weeks. 83 weeks on the nose, by the way. The value of murder. Now, this is where this stuff gets tricky, because we have to be careful as a community when we make these videos, and just don't assume that everything that you see in the news, it's a ritual. We have to do our investigation. Don't just click on CNN. Well, CNN, definitely everything on there is a ritual. But don't notice something on the daily news article and just assume that it's fake. Just do your research. Okay, so MoneyGang, Vontae, a rapper he lived in California, born in Chicago. Another coincidence that he dies around the same time as FBG Cash. Right? I looked on his Instagram, and he put up a post on his 27th birthday saying that, he's 27, from the rack is rare in this generation, but I'm here asking God for more health and more wealth. From the rack means he's from Chicago, so Chirac. But he lived in Cali. So from November 22nd, and then the news of his death ends up being circulated on June 10th, on his 201st day of his age. Now, the reason I think this may be real or not, it's just, how do you explain this? Here we have the gunman with the gun. You clearly see the gunshot, and the rapper on the floor being shot. And if you watch the video, you can see it. I'm not gonna play the video; it's just too graphic. But you can look it up. This video is available to watch. And this is something that they usually don't do this. The media usually doesn't provide us with video surveillance of the actual murder of none of these rappers. It's very rare that we see the murder of any of these rappers. But the murder of this rapper is available to watch and see. And this is one of the questions I always ask. I'm like, well, how come we never get to see a video camera footage of the killing? And in this case, they did provide that to us, right? But the thing about MoneyGang, look, if you Google MoneyGang Vontae, the only news articles that you're probably going to find are news sources from New York. So they kept this news story very local, which is different than FBG Cash, right? FBG Cash, you do a Google search with his name, and you see all these mainstream news outlets, they're all reporting his death. And I think that's the difference between something being real and something being contrived and being a ritual. Notice how all these mainstream news sources are reporting the death of FBG Cash. But when it comes to MoneyGang Vontae, it's pretty local. You know, you have New York Times and that's about it. The Daily News, the Post. Actually, not the New York Times, just the Post and the Daily News. And they happen to have the footage of the actual killing. But I do find it suspicious that this came out on June 10th, the 201st day of his age, because the Jesuit order is 201. So again, that is suspicious, but I don't know how to explain this character here. Is this an actor? Maybe. Is this a person that the police department paid off to really murder this rapper? Kind of hard to believe, but that's a possibility. We have to raise all these questions. So this is why, you know, when you guys making videos about, want to imitate the murder by number videos that I make sure that you do your investigations, because I had somebody reach out to me and say that a person's family member wanted to sue them because that person made a video about somebody's family member being part of a ritual, and that person's family member got offended because he said, no, my cousin was really murdered. He was getting robbed, and he didn't want whatever that happened that day. The family member really felt upset because he was actually there when his family member got murdered. But yeah, this person from the community decided to make a video saying that person's family member was a Jesuit order puppet and got murdered because of a ritual. He sold his soul, stuff like that. You have to be careful when you make these videos, you guys. And please do your investigations thoroughly. Don't just say, let me just go to the calculator and say, oh, MoneyGang Vontae equals 65 like pandemic. No, you got to do more research than that. It's more than that. Or say, oh, Vontae equals 77 like how New York is on the 77. Just be careful. Just be careful when you make a video about somebody, because these people do have family. And you never know if these people are really, really being murdered. Now, you know, once you do your investigations and things line up like how they did with FBG Cash and FBG Duck, then that's when you can just say, you know what, none of this stuff is a coincidence. There's no way it's a coincidence that this rapper who had beef with King Von ends up dying 83 weeks after King Von's death, when we know the track record of the number 83 and how often it gets used. And it's also not a coincidence that the guy's first and last name have the 38 value, just like King Von. You see, once you do your proper investigation, that's when you can confirm that yes. And then you have other things to back it up, like how so many news sources are reporting this man's death. This is not local Chicago news. This is on Fox. This is on NBC. This is Deadline reporting his death. These are mainstream outlets. Sooner or later, TMZ is probably going to catch on and report his death. Complex. You know, you Google MoneyGang Vontae, you're not going to find all these outlets reporting his death. And don't say, oh, he died at 27 and Ritual was 27, Simple Truth. This is a ritual. No, there's a lot of 27-year-olds that died every single day. Just be careful. But I do, I was trying to look. I was like, this is very strange to me that him dying on the news coming out on his 201st day of his age. That is like, maybe. But this video footage is just, it's just very convincing to me. I mean, they rarely do this. Now I'm trying to think, should I play this video? Am I gonna get flagged? I'm not. I'm not gonna play the video. But just Google MoneyGang Vontae, and you'll see it for yourself. The guy name is Vontae Frowner. I'm gonna look in the chat room, see if you guys can. And that's another suspicious thing. The guy's birth name is 67. Maybe this guy's a ritual, but it's just like, oh man, if they're going, the Jesuit order is going new lengths to convince us that this stuff is not contrived. If they're doing stuff like this, this is like, you even see the fire coming out of the gun. It's just like, okay, if he did get killed, now the question is, who is this person here? I don't know. It says here that police on Saturday released images of 5 smugglers wanted for killing Los Angeles drill rapper MoneyGang Vontae at a Bronx pharmacy. Victim of Vontae Frowner, 27, who raps under Vontae stage name, was in New York City to scout out locations for a music video set to be filmed later in the month when he was killed at the amazing community pharmacy on Tremont Avenue. You know what? Now, oh my gosh. I was just there, you guys, on June 9th. Now that I remember. You guys saw the video that I did on Popeyes announcing that their chicken is now going to be 59 cents. I actually got the wrong thumbnail up there. I was supposed to update my thumbnail. But this video here, when I wrote here, Popeyes is selling chicken for 59 cents. This Popeyes that I was at is across the street from that pharmacy. And I remember now seeing the police in front of the subway. But I didn't know what was happening. I just drove by there. I didn't stop. I said, look at that. Something happened in that subway. But it looks like it happened at that pharmacy. Because this pharmacy is right next to a subway. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go, on Monday I have to go back over there. And I'm going to see if I can ask any questions to see what happened to this rapper. If anybody wants to talk on camera. I highly doubt it. People never want to talk on camera. And, people never want to talk about stuff like this because this is dangerous stuff. Especially if it's a real robbery gone wrong. These people that committed this murder are probably from that area. If it did happen. The way they reported that it did. And look, they released the 5 suspects. And this looks very real to me, but again, there are certain numbers that stand out to me, like that 201 and 67. But yeah, when I put out that video, I was across the street from that pharmacy. I didn't even know it because that happened. Look at this. The yellow tape, they didn't have the yellow tape around the pharmacy. They had it around the subway. I was just there like 2 days ago. You see it? Look, exactly there. Yeah, I saw this. You see how the yellow tape is around? This is subways right here. So when I drove by, I saw the yellow tape around the subway, but it looks like they covered the whole thing. They covered the subway, restaurant, and the pharmacy. This is the pharmacy where the rapper was killed at. And again, this was 5 minutes away from that Popeyes that I was in when I was making a video about them putting out the chicken for 59 cents on their 50th year anniversary, which is more shaming of the black man. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna see if the people. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go in there because they're probably still under investigation. I don't know. It seems like a real crime scene to me. I don't know. But I do find it suspicious that June 10th is his 201st day of his age. But yeah, they put out the images of all 5 of the people that attacked the rapper. which is also something that they rarely do, right? Usually you'll see like it's almost like blurry sometimes. You really don't see the suspects, but it looks like these 5 people here. They really want people to contact the snitch hotline. Okay, so here it is. You see the subway here? Yeah, they had the yellow tape around the subway when I drove by. See, they have McDonald's and like a few blocks before that, that's where Subways is at, and that's where I was at making the videos that I did yesterday. But I was there a couple of days ago when this all happened. I didn't know though. I didn't know it was this rapper. I found out about this rapper today. Somebody left a comment saying, "You heard about the rapper that died in the Bronx?" And now I'm realizing that this happened right around that area that I was at. Yeah, I'll definitely see if I see anything out down there. But what's not a coincidence is definitely the death of FBG Cash. We talk about this stuff all the time, especially the number 38. I mean, we just had the video vixen die at the age of 38. And for this guy to die 83 weeks after King Von is just hilarious. Hilarious stuff. It's funny, but it's not funny. It's not funny that this stuff continues to happen and nothing gets done about it. But the guy, he does have the 46 in his name like sacrifice, and the 28 like kill, and the 35 like rap. Flyboy Gang. So I think, let me see if I covered everything. I think I'm gonna go into the chat room and see if I missed anything. That's why that 201. This is why the 201 stands out to me so much, because we know what that number means, and we know how often it shows up. So, but 2 Chicago natives dead around the same day. Well, they dead back-to-back days. So Cash dies on the 10th, and Vontae dies on the 9th. That's crazy. I was just there, man. Funny, he wrote, "Your brain is a terrible thing to waste." Ain't that the truth? So many people who deny this stuff are definitely wasting their brain. Okay, so stack bundles. Before we end it, let me just talk about stack bundles and remind people what happened with this rapper. I actually did a blog post on his death. He died on his 9,000th day of his age, which is suspicious because the number 9, it represents completion. But he died today in history on 11/6. Notice execution is also 116 and 44. The 44 connects to shooting and the word kill. And the name Stack Bundles is 193, which is the 44th prime number. And he was signed to Jim Jones's record label, Bird Gang Records. And notice Jim Jones was born on July 15th. And Stack Bundles ended up dying 331 days after Jim Jones's birthday that year, back in 07. And 331 is the 67th prime number. And the rapper was born Raekwon Elliott, a name that equals 67 and 86 and 68, which is the reflection of 86, just like Blood Sacrifice. Yeah, so that's why the 67 with Vontae stands out to me with his birth name, right? Because his birth name is 67, the most pure, and that is a number that gets used a lot. And you know what else? I was almost forgetting. Vontae Oh my gosh. Maybe this guy is a ritual. Vontae, he has a son named Kobe. And I made a video a few years back showing how a lot of these rappers, especially the rappers that died in 2020, like FBG, Duck, and King Von, they were all dying in connection to Kobe Bryant, who also died in 2020. And I was looking through this guy's Instagram page, and he put up a post congratulating his son. Look at this. Kobe turned 5, and I gave him 500. Happy birthday, son. As long as I'm alive, you will always be good. Guy has got a son named Kobe. Huh? And his name is 67, like Kobe Bryant died on the day with 67 numerology. Let me just see how long from Kobe's death, because I know if you're new here, you're like, oh, so what? His son's name is Kobe. Like, you know, if you haven't been following the work, if you haven't read my book, then that's why this stuff is like, it sounds strange to you. But just think about Pop Smoke, who in a lot of his interviews said that Kobe Bryant was his favorite rapper, and ended up dying 24 days after Kobe Bryant. And he had a crew named, he was part of a gang called the 823 Crips, and 823 is Kobe Bryant's birthday. And you know the name Bashar Jackson is 41, like how Kobe Bryant equals 41 and died at 41. And the day that Pop Smoke died, they put him inside the ambulance with the number 41 on the door, like how Kobe Bryant died at the age of 41. So yeah, so they do a lot of Kobe rituals with a lot of these rappers. And Little Marlo, I don't remember exactly how Little Marlo synced up with Kobe Bryant. I think he died, what was it, 24 weeks or something like that? No. I'll look it up. Hold on. Yeah, maybe it's just a coincidence that the guy's son name is Kobe. But let me just finish off Raekwon Elliott, and then we'll get into Little Marlo and how he connects to Kobe Bryant. But I just wanted to just bring that out there because I'm like, the guy had a son named Kobe. But again, Stack Bundles, he died 331 days after Jim Jones' birthday, the 67th prime number. The name Raekwon Elliott is 67, like blood sacrifice and human sacrifice. And he was signed to Jim Jones, which is suspicious for him to die 331 days after Jim Jones' birthday. And if you measure to Jim Jones' upcoming birthday, he died 34 days before Jim Jones' upcoming birthday that year. Because again, we measure from Jim Jones' 2006 birthday. But if you measure to Jim Jones' upcoming birthday, he died 34 days before. And of course, rapper and murder are both 34. And this is what I was saying about him dying on his 9,000th day of his age. Stack Bundles was born on October 21st, 1982. And from his birthday, from his date of birth, from the day that he was born to the day that he died, it was exactly 9,000 days. And the number 9 represents completion in numerology. Right, think about it. You count from 1 through 9. You stop at 9. And 9 is a very, very important number as well. It's also a biblical number. A lot of people say that 9 is the number of the devil. I read that somewhere. Now, I'm not sure how true that is, but that's what I read somewhere. That the number 9, a lot of people think the number 666 is the number of the beast. But a lot of people claim that the number 999 is actually the number of the beast. Again, I don't know how true that is, but Stack Bundles, he was 24 years old the day he died, just like Biggie Smalls, the reflection of 42. He was born on the day with 24 numerology and died on the day with 24 numerology at the age of 24. So that's what happened to Raekwon Elliott back in 2007 on this day in history. So rest in peace to Stack Bundles, another rapper who died in a vehicle. And his death was very similar to Ching's Drugs, his childhood friend, who also owned a Porsche vehicle, just like Stack Bundles, and died in his Porsche vehicle after leaving a nightclub, just like Stack Bundles, and died in his hometown of Queens, just like Stack Bundles. And notice how when you write out Far Rockaway, where both of these men are from, you see how it equals 175 and 122? Just like, I'm not sure, was Pope Francis the Pope at that time? I'm not sure, but Pope Francis does have that 122 and 175 connection. But Far Rockaway equals 175. And notice what day Ching's Drugs was murdered. On 17/5. On May 17th. And both of these men are from Far Rockaway, and they grew up best friends. Now let's see, who was the Pope in 2007? Was it Pope Francis? No, it was Pope Benedict. Okay. Yeah. Actually, 2015, right? So yeah, Pope in 2015. I think it was Pope Francis. Yeah, it was Pope Francis. Oh, look at that. Far Rockaway is the same as Pope Francis. Okay, that makes sense. Far Rockaway is 122 and 175, just like Pope Francis. And now that I think about it, oh my God, Ching's Drugs died 201 days before his birthday. Like how the Pope's full name is 201. He lived in Suite 201, right? Oh man. Yeah, but Ching's Drugs dead on 17/5, and Far Rockaway has the same gematria as Pope Francis. And Ching's Drugs died 201 days before his birthday. This is why that Vontae death is so suspicious to me, because he ended up a 2-on-1 ritual. 215. Let's see, 2015. Ching's Drugs is death. Let's see. Oh yeah, he was born on Jay-Z's birthday. Birthday is the same as Jay-Z. Look at this. Ching's Drugs, a 201. And now that I think about it, Lionel Pickens is Jesuit order. Oh my gosh, yeah. It makes all the sense right now. So Ching's Drugs died 201 days before his birthday. And Far Rockaway has the same gematria as Pope Francis. Pope Francis' full name is 201. The first Jesuit Pope. And Ching's Drugs was born Lionel Pickens. The name Lionel Pickens is 144, 63, and 72. Jesuit order. Jesuit order is also 63, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is. You see how Jesuit order is 144, 63, and 72, just like Lionel Pickens. He died 201 days before his birthday. In a very similar fashion to Stack Bundles. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait, July 15th. I was going to say, is July 15th the 201st day of the year? It's not, though. It's the 196th day of the year. Okay. That's kind of scared me for a second. I'm like, was Jim Jones born the 201st day of the year? Yeah, so that's what happened to Stack Bundles back in 2007. And his death had a lot to do with Ching's Drugs' death. Both childhood friends. But yeah, so a few years ago, I made a video showing how, and I actually wrote this in my book, showing how all these rappers died connected to Kobe Bryant. And Little Marlo was another example. I just spoke about Pop Smoke, right? He died 24 days after Kobe. But Little Marlo, let's see where I put it. Okay, yeah, he died exactly 24 weeks after Kobe Bryant. So yeah, I was right. And look, I even wrote up here, most rappers who died this year have been connected to Kobe Bryant, who died on January 26, 2020. And little Marlo died on the day with 58 numerology, like our Kobe Bryant equals 58. But from January 26th, the day of Kobe Bryant died, to July 11th, 24 weeks. Of course, that's the number that Kobe Bryant wore as a player. Then Pop Smoke died 24 days after Kobe. And then we had another rapper named Blue Benji Kobe who died on December 6th. And just saying, you guys are watching the NBA, there's, Jason Tatum's son. His name is Deuce Tatum. His name equals 113, 157, and 58, just like Kobe Bryant. And if you look up his birthday, the young kid was born December 6th. Like our Kobe died on 1/26. So they've been doing a lot of Kobe Bryant rituals with a lot of celebrities. Even like, people like Deuce Tatum, who's like a 3-year-old, right? He's a young kid. You guys heard about the football player named Kobe Bryant? He changed his number to 8 on the 126th day of the year. Oh my gosh. We're going to see so many rituals with this guy. The guy name is Kobe Bryant, but he spells it with a C. He spells his first name Coby. And on the 126th day of the year, he decided to change his number from number 7 to number 8 to honor the late, great Kobe Bryant. Strange stuff, all this stuff. Like, why would his parents name him Kobe Bryant? Like, what are the odds? Because he was born in 1999. Like, was Kobe that famous in 1999? I don't think so. This is just proof how, scripted this stuff all is, And Kobe Bryant discusses how Kobe Bryant's career inspired him. Oh, my gosh. Whatever, man. But I actually think I got a Instagram post on that. Let's see if I can find it. It's from a while ago. It happened on I think it was Vanessa Bryant's birthday. Wasn't Kobe Bryant's wife born on the 126th day of the year? And don't forget, those of you worried about the finals, remember what I said on May 26th. Whenever Kendrick Lamar releases an album, the Warriors win the championship. The Warriors win the championship whenever Kendrick Lamar releases an album. He put out an album this year as well. But we'll definitely talk about the finals. I know a lot of people have been hitting me up about it. So where is this Kobe Bryant post that I did? Yeah, look at it right here. So you'll be wearing number 8 for the Seahawks. He made this announcement on May 6th. And just think about Kobe's connected to COVID, and COVID came out of Seattle. All a script, man. Yeah, so on Monday, expect a live stream from around this area. I doubt I get anybody to speak on camera because people are always scared to talk. This is why this stuff continues to happen. And I didn't even discuss about the murder happened, the FBG Cash murder happening on 81st Street. We know Ritual was 81. Ritual was 81 and 27. But I think we've seen enough with FBG Cash. If somebody asks you what you think about FBG Cash, just tell them he died 83 weeks after King Von's death. Then explain to them how often 83 gets used. Yeah, this is not a good idea though. If you're a rapper, don't come to the Bronx with your jewelry out and your Rolexes. Not a good idea. If you're trying to survive out here, the Bronx is poverty. It's a poverty in a high crime area. Not saying that this was a real crime, but that video that the post release is very convincing. But I don't know. I don't know about Vontae. And the name of Vontae is also 67, like blood sacrifice. Maybe, man, maybe. If he was a ritual, this was definitely a 2-on-1 ritual. I'll say that. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the chat and see if you guys are still awake. People want to talk about the NBA finals. The NBA finals. I'm gonna make a video. I said this the day that I made the other video. Game 5 will be on Monday. I'll make my video on Monday. So I'm making 2 videos on Monday. Yeah. But the first thing I said in that video was I don't want to go against the Warriors. I like the Warriors, but I am willing to listen to anybody's opinion. A lot of you liked the Celtics. A lot of people that called in. The Celtics had a great narrative for Game 4. They I know why they lost. They became 2-2 in Boston on the 22 day numerology. The 2-2 seeds are playing each other in the year 22. I get it. But, that 42-30 ritual came through for us with Giannis, so I thought they was going to do it again. It didn't happen. But if you saw that video, I liked it how that game lined up with Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson was huge in that game. And that game was also 175 days after the Pope's birthday. And we talked about how important 175 is to the NBA Finals. But yeah, I'll talk about the finals on Monday. A lot of you don't give a fuck about these rappers being murdered so prematurely. You guys just want to know who's gonna win on Monday, right? Maybe that's what's important. But those people who was working at that pharmacy, even though they didn't get shot, they didn't get harmed. I mean, they still got terrorized. And if that was a ritual, isn't that something sick? Think about if you're an employee at that pharmacy. You think it's okay to get terrorized that way? Maybe it was a actual robbery gone wrong. Maybe. But if it was a ritual, that could be you at that pharmacy. Or that could be one of your family members at that pharmacy. And even though those people didn't get harmed, but now they don't have a job, right? Because pharmacies, if it's not open, they don't make any money. So the owners of that pharmacy are not making any money right now. And also, they got terrorized. They just witnessed a murder in up close. I mean, that stuff has to stop. A lot of you think that just because these rappers sell out to their soul that you're not a part of all this. You can be a part of it. You can be involved in this, even though you just because they don't harm you or doesn't mean you don't get affected by it. If you're at that pharmacy and you're let's say you don't even work there. Let's just say you're in there as a customer. Let's say you're in there trying to get some Tylenol because you felt a headache early in the day. So you went in there to get a Tylenol, and then these people walk in there and kill this rapper on 201 days before his birthday or whatever. Yeah, you're not part of that ritual that's going on, but that's still gonna affect you because you're witnessing a murder, and it's just like and it's definitely affecting the people that worked at that Subway, the people that worked in that pharmacy. They don't have a job now. They're not making any money. How are they gonna pay their bills at the end of the month? We're not generating any money. A lot of these people who work at those small stores, they live paycheck to paycheck. So those of you in the comments worrying about who's going to win on Monday, this is the problem. You guys worrying about the sports and shit. Like, none of that shit is irrelevant, yo. There's stuff that's way more important in life, like terrorism. That's terrorism what they did to those people at that pharmacy. How is that not more important than who's going to win the fucking sports game on Monday? I already told you guys the Warriors are going to win the championship. The Celtics are going to become 17-5. It's all connected to the Pope. That's it. There's nothing to find out about the games. That's it. We already know what's going to happen in the finals. We need to find a way how to stop this shit from going on. If you're at that pharmacy, do you want to just? How would you feel if a bunch of people walk in and shoot a guy in cold blood right in front of you? I know that stuff happens and you can't prevent it. I know people get robbed every day, but what I'm saying is, if that's a ritual, why? Then we need to expose it, and we need to let the people know that this is what's going on, and we need to find a way how to stop all this. People claim that nobody died during 9/11. Maybe nobody died during 9/11. But you're trying to tell me that the people who lived in that area are not traumatized by what they saw? It's just like, what the hell? But yeah, you guys are worrying about who's going to win on Monday. And who's going to win Game 6. And is Curry going to get the MVP? Like, who gives a fuck? I don't want to go into the pharmacy with my children and having to witness something like that. That rapper got killed in cold blood. I'm gonna play. I don't care if my channel gets taken down. I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. Imagine being at this store while this is going on. Look at this. Look at this. Why the guy's bending down? Like, guys, stuff is sick, man. Awful, awful, terrible, terrible. "46-second video. A 46-second video. If you guys want to call up, the number is 646-986-0958. Yeah, that is fucking crazy. And is what's more crazy is, like I said, if it's not a if it's a actual robbery, then there's nothing we could do about that. That we have to just depend on Big Brother to. I don't know. I don't know how you can prevent that if it's real, because if somebody wants to shoot somebody, he'll do it anywhere. But I just find it very suspicious that those shooters decided to do that in broad daylight. They didn't have their faces covered. Even in the time of coronavirus, they didn't have a mask on. It's just strange. I don't know. Are criminals that stupid? You're gonna commit a cold-blooded murder like that? You're not even gonna have your face covered? It just maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why we need to be careful when we make videos and saying that all of it's a ritual. I don't know, that video seems very convincing to me. I think that really, I don't know. I don't know how you can script something like that. Maybe script it. Maybe it did happen. They broke the news 201 days after the guy's birthday, but I don't think that's enough to convince me that didn't take place. Because are you trying to tell me that the clerk was acting as well? It's just But you know what I am saying is people like FBG Cash. That was a ritual. That was a ritual sacrifice. FBG Cash and King Von and FBG Duck. But you know, in the cases of Vontae, I'm not sure. I don't know because, like I said, they don't usually provide us with video like that. Yeah, that video looked real to you, right, Rich? Yeah, it looks real. It looked real to me. Yeah, it looks like a real robbery to me. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It looks real, but that's the difference between something that's real and something that's contrived. If you do a Google search for MoneyGang Vontae, you're not gonna see these mainstream networks, announcing his death. How come TMZ is not talking about that? How come CNN doesn't have an article out on MoneyGang Vontae? That's how you can tell the difference. So it's not that people don't die; people do die. But what we're trying to show you is there's a difference between Biggie Smalls, Tupac Shakur, Stack Bundles, Chinks Drugs, and MoneyGang Vontae. There's a difference. Those rappers usually die in connection to numbers, like the number 38s. You see, Vontae, even though there are a couple of suspicious numbers around his death, they did something with him that they usually don't do, like provide us with an actual video. Um, well, nobody. I don't know. You can't. You can't. We don't have any proof to say that nobody dies. There are a lot of cases that are suspicious, like the death of Kobe Bryant, the death of Pop Smoke, Nipsey Hussle. Those rappers, their deaths are very suspicious. Maybe nobody died at those rituals, but we don't have to explain that. We don't have to prove that. The proof is that they did it by the numbers, and it was contrived, and we have the numbers to support that. But what I'm saying is, don't just assume that everything is a ritual. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot of crimes that go on in the city, and the Daily News is the only one of the only outlets showing that guy's death and announcing it. Only the local newspapers. But the number is 646-986-0958. It's in the chat room. I pinned it. If you guys want to call in and give your opinion on what you guys think is going on. Yeah, they killed them execution style. Well, that's what they do with a lot of these celebrities as well. I mean, Stack Bundles was execution style murder as well. But I don't know. That's why it's so hard to sometimes to convince people that this stuff is going on because of cases like that. But King Von died on the 311th day of the year, the 64th prime. See, those are the type of details you want to provide people to show that this was a ritual sacrifice. Saying that the guy's name equals 67 or that he died at 27, that's not enough. That's not enough. You need to provide just provide people with more solid stuff. Because there's a guy named King Folk. I know you guys probably heard of him. He started to make murder by number videos, and he's calling everybody a ritual sacrifice. And my brother, you gotta be careful because everybody's not a ritual sacrifice. Focus on the stories that go super viral, and make sure that the news outlets are mainstream outlets like TMZ and CNN. Don't take a story from your local newspaper and say that it's a ritual sacrifice. Yeah, that guy. I do find that guy very suspicious. His decodes are very bad. I don't know how you guys can. His videos get like 7,000 views though. I'm like, what the fuck? Like he goes. Look, he'll make a video talking about. Look, he died on 123rd Street, and it equals 38. Like that is not the way to use his knowledge, my brother. He died on 123rd, and it equals 38 like death, and 20 like death. That's not how you use this stuff, my man. Like you making us look bad. And the shit that I hate about all this shit is that then you got people like Gematria Effect News promoting the motherfucker. Like Gematria Effect News, do you watch King Folk's videos? Why are you promoting that guy? He makes a video talking about 123rd equals 38. It's just like, and then he makes a video about me saying that I'm making the work look bad. Yeah, I'm making the work look bad, but you're promoting a guy that goes 123rd equals 38. What a joke. I don't expect channels like Gematria Effect News to be promoting people like King Folk. I don't understand why you do that. It's just weird. The guy gets like 7,000 views. There's a reason his channel is getting a lot of views. It's because he's literally making Gematria look bad. The good Gematria channels don't get any views. I don't want people to be on my side or anybody's side. I just want people to just learn from both sides. But don't support people like King Folk when he's making videos talking about 123rd equals 38. Like, that is just disgusting. Guys want to. This is not, East versus West Coast. like you guys want to turn the Gematria community into East versus West Coast beef. Like, what the hell? Oh my gosh. But yeah, I wish some people would call in and just let me know what you guys think about Vontae. I showed you guys the video. I didn't make a blog post about him because I don't think he's a ritual. But he did die. It is 201 days after his birthday today. And we're talking about him. He was born on 11/22, the day that JFK was murdered. They broke the news. He technically died 199 days after his birthday, the 46th prime. But again, I don't know. Yeah, nobody wants to call in, so yeah, we'll probably end we can end it there. People are shy to be on the phone, whatever. It happens. But I think I covered everything. Let's see. Yeah, I think I did. I covered everything with this rapper. Yeah, that's a great point. If it's very in your face, that means the powers that be wanted to be in your face. Yes. Oh, so we do got a caller. Hello, how you doing?
Yo,
Thank you for the call, brother.
how you doing?
I'm good, man.
Yo, that video that you put up, it looks like motherfuckers out there waiting for the lick. You know what I'm saying?
It looks very real. Yep.
Yep, it looks real. The numbers do add up, but people out there waiting for that lick. Once they see somebody wearing jewelry like that.
Yep. And then especially in that area that cause I visit that area a lot. I was just in that area the day that happened. I didn't know it was a rapper that was murdered.
Yeah, that looks straight execution style. They made sure he was gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and not only that, the police they really put out the faces the next day, and that's the difference between something real and something fake. You see how the video is not blurry.
Nope.
The images of the suspects is not blurry. They really want people to see who did it.
Yep. Yup.
Usually when it's contrived, they'll blur out the images, make it real difficult to see.
And like in the middle of the day, just pull up like that.
Even though I think that's what makes me like, well, how can people be that dumb though? How can you do that in the middle of the day and you don't have your face covered in the time of coronavirus where everybody has a face mask on?
Yup.
Why would you commit a execution style murder like that and have your face exposed?
And then the way he tried to go to the back of the desk and they went all the way back there and clipped him. That's crazy.
That looks very real. Yeah, it looks real.
Yeah, but like I said, any different town, there's motherfuckers out there waiting for that lick, just waiting for the perfect time, not giving a fuck, and boom.
And especially how he was flaunting. You saw his Instagram page?
Exactly. Yeah, he was flying. You can't do that. If you're out of the hood, you can't do shit like that.
That I don't know. Like, how can you be that dumb? Like, how am I gonna go to California, Oakland, and be outside? Like, what the? That's why it makes it so. That's why I thought it was suspicious at first. I'm like, this rapper cannot be that dumb. Yeah. You're in the Bronx with your chain and Rolex out. Like, what do you think this is?
You're not out in Calabasas. You know what I'm saying? You're out in the fucking hood.
Like, oh man,
that's crazy though, man. Hopefully the video don't get taken down. There's a lot of knowledge on there that you put out all the time. That's just crazy, man. They need to show you more love on what you do.
Yeah, we don't get the support because there's people here that don't promote us and talk bad about our accomplishments and stuff. So
I respect everybody that tries the Gematria as long as it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like that guy that you were saying that he's like 38 and 20 and you got to use that shit the right way, and you'll find out how shit goes.
Yeah,
down.
I think he has the right intent, but he doesn't know what he's doing, and he needs to learn first. Like, it took me a long time to start making videos because I didn't know how to really do it the proper way. So I came across this information around 2015. I didn't start making videos until 2018. I wanted to make sure before I made any videos that I was 100% sure of that I was telling people that I was showing people the right stuff.
Yeah. That's crazy though how he put everything up on his Instagram and all that and still decided to go out there. Like I said, people just probably on the block ready to see if they saw his ass and did what they did.
And he was. It wasn't even like he was in a good area in the Bronx, because there are good areas in the Bronx. He was in one of the worst areas.
Exactly.
Tremont Avenue?
Yeah, it's like a rapper if you go out there and try to flaunt out there in Compton or Watts or, South Central and some shit like that. You ain't from out there, they'll get your ass.
But then, in his picture, he's doing the 666 fingers.
It's crazy.
Like, I don't know. Like, do you think that the police will hire gang members like that to commit an execution style murder? Like, is that a possibility? You think?
That could be a possibility too. That could be. You never know what the cops out there, doing. And
because there are cops who are corrupt and.
Yup. How the cops gonna find out how fast who it was? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do got the cameras and all that shit. They didn't cover their face, but it's kind of suspicious how they don't got not even a fucking, a COVID mask on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. You don't even have, and all 5 of them.
That's crazy. That's just crazy.
Like, what I'm thinking is, like, is it possible that the gunman, because all you need is the gunman to influence the other people. The other people don't have to be in it. The person that actually pulled the trigger, he's the only one that you need to hire, right? The cops can say, "Listen, we need you to do this for us," and then, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to believe that. If the cops are willing to do it.
You don't even know what to believe these days.
Yeah, I don't know what to believe. You right? I don't know if
I don't. Like I said, even the people that were working there at the pharmacy, you could see they were shitting bricks. You know what I'm saying?
The people at the pharmacy have no idea. But this is why this stuff is so important to stop this, because if that is a ritual, they basically terrorize those people, those employees.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now they don't got no bread to make, and they can't pay their bills. And
they
all
can't
that
pay
shit.
their bills, and they're terrorized. You think those people could go back to work the same?
fuck no. That's crazy though, man. Hey, I gotta get going, but you keep up the good work, Arthur.
Appreciate
Be
that.
safe
Thank you.
out there.
Thank you. Yeah, there's no way those people can go back to work and function the same way. But maybe he's doing these hand symbols is just coincidental. Maybe the news breaking 201 days after his birthday is also coincidental. Because that video, oh my gosh. Look at him doing the 666 fingers. Oh, man. I don't know, man. They really confused me with this one. Hello?
Yo, what's up? This Richard.
Oh, what's going on, Rich?
Yo, what's happening, bro? It's been a while since I called in, man, but here's something that you probably missed and you didn't see.
Yeah.
From King Von's last anniversary death to the killing of FBG Cash, it's 216 days later.
The factorization of 666.
Yep, it's also 7 months and 4 days, like rapper 74. So
Nice.
killing 74. Yep.
I do see it. 216. Like how that girl that the news broke, the video vixen, her death was reported 216 days after Nelly's birthday.
Yeah, did you see that, man? That's just mockery, bro. I seen that shit, and then out of all songs, he plays Hard in Here. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, he got all these songs. He got Country Grammar. He got,
That's his most popular one, Country Grammar.
Yeah, Country Grammar. He could have performed that song. He decided to sing.
He had to put in Hot in Here, which equals 66, and the death of that girl's news broke on 6/6. I mean, come on.
How you feel about Vontae, the Vontae rapper?
Oh, I seen the video, bro. That shit look real, bro. I do think that's true. I do think it's suspicious though that the news broke on his 201st day of his age, though. I think that's weird.
That is weird, right? It's just like
yeah, but like, because most people probably know, like, oh, he thinks everything is fake. I don't think everything's fake. There is some real stuff. Not everything is contrived, but when like the media and shit like that, what they put out and shit, like CNN and TMZ, especially TMZ, the shit they put out is like contrived nonsense. You know what I mean?
Yep. And they usually don't provide us with videos like how the Daily News did.
Nah, they don't. But that one, they did. And that one, I was like, yeah, that shit. And then you see the fire. Like, did you see the fire in that gun? Like,
yeah, you can see the fire coming out of the gun. Yeah, it's just. I don't know. Maybe you can.
It's impossible to fake that.
Well, maybe it's not fake, but what is a possibility is maybe that the gunman was hired. That is a possibility.
Yeah, that is a possibility. Yeah. The police hiring these people. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, because he's doing a lot of these 666 stuff that a lot of these other rappers do as well.
Yeah, did you see that he's doing the 666 fingers, the 666 hand sign?
I don't know, man. Just they really confused me with this one though. They usually don't.
Yeah. Well, they're catching on to what we know. They're catching on. I mean, it's more prevalent now that they're changing dates and they're releasing people's death dates at certain times. They change they'll come out like a week after the person died. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They're definitely onto us. They know that we know that what they're doing. So yeah, I figured I'd call in. It's been a while, so I figured I'd call in.
I appreciate it. You're always active in the comments. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a lot of trolls on the comments too, bro.
Yeah, well, that's they live here.
Yeah, they're fanboys. So.
Like, this is not true, but they'll watch a 3-hour video.
yeah, exactly.
This is bullshit, but yeah, they sit through a 4-hour video.
Like this guy, I don't know if you see him in the chat. His name after the fact, he said, "Why didn't you predict it?" He said, "Because Gematria is fake." It's like, why are you even here then?
Yeah, predict it. Yeah. Well, we have predicted stuff, but I guess what happens in those cases?
Bro, we don't even have to predict anything anymore. We've done it already so many times that
exactly.
We don't have to do it anymore. So.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll let you go, bro. I know that people want to probably call in, but thank you for taking my call. I appreciate that, bro.
Absolutely, and thank you for being so active. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, like I said, on Monday I'm gonna go in to see if I can ask anybody what happened, if they saw anything, if they want to be on camera. I highly doubt that I'm successful, but I do visit this area often, and it's not that far from where I live. Money Gang Vontae, drill rapper. Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm just been only been following you for about 3 months, man, because I like watching your stuff over. I don't want to throw over Zach, but because I feel he lost his mind. So
Okay, so what's in your mind?
no, man, just this. That's all. That's it, man. I'm just trying to learn. I've been following Zach forever, though, man. But I just sometimes I feel like he's not. He's gotten too egotistical, so in his thing because he's the first one on YouTube to do Gematria. But I'm just still trying. And I think like these news, see, like the local news, like will cover things that are real events, and then you have the big ones, Mike Brown or whatever. I don't want to get channel in trouble. The big ones like they're fake, So the big stories on CNN and shit are fake.
Yep.
I mean, all of them. I mean, all of them. So it's like it's gotten, it's just like people can't wake up to see that. I mean, I'm talking about mainstreamers, mainstream people. We're all like but in the truth, we're all like we're on to it. And it just Gematria is another layer to help, submit if this is, these events are staged. And then King Lil Durk, is basically admitting on a song he sacrificed King Von. I don't know what song it is, but I heard a clip from a song. He admits to it.
You know what? I never measured from Little Durk's birthday to King Von. It's October 19th. Oh, they died a couple of weeks. He died a couple of weeks after his birthday.
Okay. Because Lil Durk is really not a very good rapper, and yet he's getting really popular. So, and like, and you see like the, and you watch Dwayne McClain?
No.
You don't? Okay. He's a pretty good champ, but he's not big on. He only does Gematria a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't do it hardcore. He only does a little slight decode. He says, "I'll leave that to he always says, "I'll leave that to Zach and them," because he's from the South. He ignorant as hell, but he knows what's going on. But he's not like intellectual. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's popular because he's funny. He's popular on YouTube because he's funny. The humor makes.
Yeah.
Like he'll expose some. So like he just exposed a female Puerto Rican celebrity. And he did like this whole post, like he knows Puerto Ricans are not Mexican, but he's like, she sacrificed herself for Mexican pizza, and people are laughing in the comments and stuff because he's funny,
Yeah.
So he's a black dude from North Carolina, so he's funny as hell. But yeah, man, that's all. Yeah, but that's all I'm trying to. And you think like some dudes are like, oh, the New World Order is never going to happen. This guy named Shocker Doctor is like, the New World Order is never going to happen because they don't have the manpower. But I'm like, they're building this world to make it where they have the manpower to do it.
The New World Order is the old world order. It's not new. Nothing new about it.
It's a new world. The new world is as versus the Europe is. This is the new world versus Europe. Because this is America's.
Okay. Well, I just think the New World Order is just another word for the Jesuit order.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's what they mean by that. It's just.
And they pit us against each other. But I try to see. I mean, I went to Popeyes yesterday because you brought up the 59 thing. And they are not actually doing it in my area.
No, it starts on June 12th.
Okay, June 12th. Okay, I thought it was this whole weekend. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Just you could do a Google search. Yeah, but you have to. I think you have to purchase online.
$5. You have to purchase $5 online, and then you get 59 cents on the next tender or something.
Yeah. But the point of the video was for you not to support it. So you actually went there because you thought. It was a sale. I mean, just.
No, I wanted to prove it. I wanted to see if they're actually doing it.
Yeah, well, it's everywhere, but they're only doing it on June 12th through Juneteenth. So you have to wait until tomorrow.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'll just go there tomorrow. I might not buy nothing. I just want to see for
Oh yeah,
myself.
I mean, if you want to buy some chicken, go ahead, man. I'm just saying, like, it's disgusting what they're
I know
doing
the
to
whole
us.
world is yeah. The whole world's evil, man. There's no way not to support these
you're right.
bastards. But
You're right.
I want to I want to rebel, man. But that's why my channel's called Armchair Revolutionary, because we don't have the manpower to revolt. So yeah. But that's all. Hey, man, I'm gonna let you go. But yeah, man. And also, man, I'm in the army. I didn't take the COVID shot. I'm waiting to get out because now I've woken up.
Okay.
And so now I'm stuck here, but I'm waiting to get out. I'm not taking the COVID shot, but I'm waiting on a religious waiver, and they're taking forever. The guys that just got out on COVID, not taking the, I don't want to say, I need to stop saying it because I don't want to get channel in trouble, but like on the shot, and I'm waiting on a religious waiver to get out. Once they deny it, then I get out with a general discharge. So I'm waiting to get out now because that's, the military, the police are the biggest supporters of the cabal. And so,
yes, I believe
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I don't think you think it's just. I think that I think the Illuminati are just a bunch of racist white men at the top that are homosexuals. That's why the whole Bohemian Grove stuff. Like, look at Bohemian Grove. It's just a bunch of white men raping kids at night. So, all right, man. But I'll go ahead and let you go. So,
All right, have a good one. Thank you. So just to close it out on FBG Cash, this is something I missed. He died at the age of 31. Notice Cash is 31. That's how old he was when he passed away. And that's his rap name, Cash. The FBG is just the name of the crew. So a guy named Cash dies at 31. Perfect. You see? All these alignments is how you can confirm that something is a ritual. And if you don't have all these alignments, it's best you don't make a video. Don't make a video saying that 123rd Street equals 38. You're making the work look irrelevant, which is we put in too much effort for people like you to come around, King Folk, and just disrespect our hard work and efforts. We've been doing this for a lot of years. You obviously have a bigger platform and getting a lot of more viewership. Just do it the right way. I don't mind you doing the videos. Just do it the right way, though. Don't write the name of the street and say that number connects to anything. It's just, you don't see anybody else doing that, right? The people that have been doing it before you. So dead at 31 and then Catch is 31. And you know what else stands out to me? We know how execution is 116. Think about how today is June 11th, right? 116. Think about what day King Von passed away on 11/6. Even though King Cash didn't die today, a lot of news articles are reporting his death today. He died yesterday, but there are a lot of articles who are breaking news today on the 11th. Like the Chicago Tribune, they're breaking the news today on June 11th on 116. And think about it. This rapper died in connection to King Von, who died on 11/6. They died 83 weeks apart. I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks everybody. Thanks all the callers. Thanks everybody who tuned in. And 123rd Street. Like, I'm not even joking. He made a video about Nipsey Hussle. Go watch it on this channel so you can laugh. He wrote, Nipsey Hussle died on 123rd. Something like that. I'm not sure if this was exactly what he wrote. And he said, look, it equals 38. I was like, oh my gosh. Well, there goes our fan base. There goes our following. There goes our mission. Illuminati confirmed. 123rd equals 38. Illuminati confirmed. Yeah, don't buy any 59-cent Popeyes tomorrow. Please. Do not support these people, man. I don't care if you're really hungry, you only got $1 on you. Buy something else, man. Buy some fruits. Don't give it to Popeyes. These people are racist. R.I.P. to everybody that I spoke about in this video. And yeah. You know, fuck the sports games, you guys. The sports games are a distraction. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And it's 3:11 right now. Perfect.